Your morning blitz begins now.
Get that chance. Go play for a national championship. We're going to swing as hard as we possibly can. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
On the Blitz.
Cousins looks right. Has a man. Touchdown, Drake London. And we are tied with the extra point to come. For the lead with 34 seconds left. No problem. Hurts gets hit as he throws and intercepted. Picked off by Jesse Bates. The Atlanta Falcons are going to leave Philadelphia with a 1-point win.
Well, they might not have if Saquon Barkley wouldn't have dropped the ball.
Darn.
Is this the solace you take since your Cowboys got,
yes,
I don't know, beat up like a kid on a playground?
Yes, it is. I'm still in first place.
Morning. Hi, Kel.
Hi.
You didn't stay up for the Monday Night Football game last night?
I didn't even know there was a game.
There was. It was the Falcons and the Eagles.
Okie doke.
Rick hates the Eagles.
Yeah.
So he's happy that the Falcons won.
All right.
He has no love for the Falcons.
Excellent.
However, they beat the Eagles.
I do like the Falcons.
Anyway, here we are on a Tuesday morning. Just a Tuesday.
You wouldn't be happy if the Steelers had lost last night?
I'm always happy when the Steelers
Right.
lose.
Same thing.
Always happy when the Steelers lose. That's how I roll. How was you guys' evening? What'd you guys do yesterday? What'd you get into in the afternoon?
Okay. I'm worried about my mom's cat. All right. My mom's cat is like failing, I think. And this is like the love of my mom's older, obviously.
Sure. How old's the cat?
And the cat, we think, is around 14. Now, she has only had the cat 3 years. Her neighbor in her condo complex had to go into memory care, and my mom took the cat. She loves the cat. It's the love of her life. Right. And this cat has been diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. She's been on medication, and we maintain that. But all of a sudden, in the last 10, 12 days, she stopped eating. So we've got a vet appointment today, and I'm so flipping worried about this cat. Oh, it's not even my pet. And it's like I'm obsessed with it. I'm up in the middle of the night thinking, what?
I get it.
Are we doing everything right? So we're going to the vet this morning. Oh, will you shoot up a little prayer for my mom's cat? My gosh.
Cats and dogs don't eat. There's usually something wrong.
Oh, yeah. I know it's typical of hyperthyroidism in cats for them to not have much of an appetite, but this is a real change in behavior. And she's on medication. She has regular blood tests and all that. But you guys, there's, pet issues when they're they're older cats. She's 14. She's an older cat. Right. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm on edge. I'm completely on edge about this cat. What's going to happen, you guys? Text me. Is it my mom's cat? Like, what's going to happen here?
Let me just tell you from having experience from an old pet.
Yeah.
3 Memorial Days ago, we lost one of our dogs who lived to be 19 and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
And as they get older, it feels like it happens quick, but he got to the point where he had a hard time standing. He was just kind of withering away.
Right. I've definitely been through losing a pet before, but it's like cats can live to be in their 20s, right?
I don't know.
They can.
Can't they?
They can.
Oh, no. We have another dog that turned 17 in January.
Dang, yeah, you've got old pets. Your pets live long. You must be doing something right over there.
Well, that's part of my whole situation. That's what breaks my heart, too. The time. I just look at, every day I look at Forrest and I go, you've got more years behind you than you do in front of you.
Yeah, I know. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? And I know everybody's gone through a loss of a pet, and it's absolutely devastating and horrible. It's just like, oh, brother, is that what's happening right now? You know what I mean? It's so heavy on my mind because my poor mom, my gosh. You just think you want the rest of your parents' lives to be good and not filled with heartache. And I'm like, oh, gosh, please.
Well, and the other thing, too, is we did a lot of wellness check visits.
Yes.
Just because you're like, man, are we keeping this animal alive for us and not himself? And I used to have, I know If they ever really responded to you one day, I'd be like, wow. But I mean, I had many conversations where I'm like, look, dude, I don't want to punch your card before you're ready to go, but I don't want you to hang on if you are ready to go. You know, so you don't know.
Anyway, sorry to be a downer, but I'm telling you guys, like, I'm up in the middle of the night thinking about a cat that doesn't even belong to me. I'm just so worried about her.
First the Eagles lose, and now all this doom
And now all
comes
this,
our
look
way.
at this, doom and gloom. Let's lift it up. How about that?
Terrible way to start a
No,
Tuesday.
the Eagles losing was a lift up. What are you talking about?
How about the fact that not only did Thick's wife Heather send me the countdown clock from Sonic Temple, but other people tagged me in the countdown clock for Sonic Temple. I'm like, no more countdown clocks.
Well, everybody knows you love a good countdown.
Oh my gosh. I died laughing. I got this countdown clock from Heather and I was like laughing so hard.
I mean,
Oh, you guys. We're counting down. Sonic Temple. Where are we at?
Huge Sonic announcement.
Yeah.
Thursday morning at 7.
we have that an announcement, but at the same time, like, there's so much time between now and then. Like,
Yes, Kelly knows.
48 hours, 48 minutes, and 56, 55, 54 seconds. Follow along for
You know what's gonna
daily
happen?
artist announcements on
you know what's
social
going to happen
media.
at Thursday at 7? It's going to count up.
That's what I said. If that bad boy starts counting up, that's it. I'm done.
It's going to count up and highlight another day.
You're blocked.
That's exactly what's going to happen. All right. Morning Blitz trivia.
Let's see here. Okay. So what classic rock group is finally hanging it up? They will retire from touring at the end of the year due to irreconcilable differences between the lead singer and the bass player. What classic rock group is going to hang it up permanently at the end of the year? Been touring a long time because of irreconcilable differences between the singer and bass player. Be the first one to tell us at 99-700, and you will score $25 in a gift card to Waterbeds and Stuff.
Traffic Blitz.
All right, there's an accident. 270 south at 70 on the east side. It's on the left berm. An accident 71 south at 62. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Your small business keeps you on the go. Progressive Commercial Insurance keeps your policy within reach with their easy-to-use mobile app. Learn more at progressivecommercial.com. That's traffic from the Scott Smith Traffic Center. Get Scott Smith, get justice. Hurt614.com.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri.
Five-finger death punch on the morning Blitz. 622. We'll see mostly cloudy. Maybe some light rain today.
Really?
High at 84.
Could use some more rain.
Says you.
Says the
my
entire
lawn.
state of the drought of Ohio. The 2024 gigantic drought. We haven't had a drought like this since the 1800s.
Look at it this
right?
I don't know. Something like that.
Look at it this way. You haven't had to cut your grass, and it's been really hot out. I feel like that's a win.
Is that
Yeah. I
mean,
can see that. I can see
doesn't
that.
even look like grass anymore?
What are the sunstroke count and the dehydration count from yard work this summer? It's got to be at an all-time low. You haven't had to do anything. No pruning, no weeding.
Oh, it's weeds. They grow without, I don't know how they grow, but they do. It doesn't matter. Those things will grow in the desert.
Of course, we'll be paying a fortune for all the stuff the farmers couldn't grow.
Yep.
Exactly. I mean,
Yep.
you know, I look at that as one less thing to do. Chalk it off your list. You don't have to cut your grass today.
Yeah. No harvesting. There's
Nope.
nothing to harvest.
Nope. We have a surplus of food. We'll be fine.
I'm going to have a harvest here in a couple weeks, actually.
Yes, you are. The state of Ohio is going to rely on your 2 weed plants.
Also,
I got a safe.
I don't think 2 weed plants are going to help with our food consumption.
Hey, it drives the cost up, doesn't it?
No, they cause food
That's what I was
consumption.
going to say. Exactly.
Oh, those buds are beautiful. They just keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter. It's just awesome to watch. All right, our Morning Blitz trivia question. What classic rock group has just decided to retire from touring at the end of the year after a very long time on the road, but they are retiring due to irreconcilable differences between their lead singer and their bass player? I will tell you their lead singer is Kevin Cronin and their bass player is Bruce Hall, if that tells you the answer. No?
REO
No?
Speedwagon?
Yes, REO Speedwagon. Man, I feel like they've been touring for about 150 years.
That is one band I never got into.
Me either.
Never. I never was interested in REO Speedwagon. That's a pretty good song. I'm thinking of more like Can't Fight This Feeling. Like, I hated that song.
Can't fight this feeling. Well,
Time for Me to Fly. Ugh.
Aw.
You got me stealing your
No.
you never give it.
I mean, you got to give them credit for the longevity of the career.
Oh my gosh.
But at the same time, like,
Gross.
yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
If someone said, hey, you want to go to the REO Speedwagon show tonight? I'd be
Absolutely
like,
not.
nah.
I would not cross the street to see them for free. Isn't that terrible? But,
I'm like-
it's all personal taste.
Yeah.
Listen, I love Barry Manilow.
In fact,
Yeah.
I dare say, where REO Speedwagon is concerned, if you ask me to go to an REO Speedwagon show, I may go, no, I think MTV's replaying Wilson Phillips acoustic from 1990 that I'd rather check out.
You know what other band I've never got into? Chicago.
I don't like Chicago. Although Peter Cetera can sing a love ballad like no other.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I
that's
take that back. There's some Chicago. I wrote a few years back, I compiled a list of the greatest, and I should probably be listening to this every day. I compiled a 3-volume set of the greatest breakup songs at the time ever created. I called it The Great Depression. Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3.
That sounds like your life.
It is.
The great.
But Chicago, I believe Chicago made Volume 3, which is where you're kind of coming out of the funk and trying
Okay.
to find.
Oh, okay.
And Look Away by Chicago was one of the songs that made that list of the Great Depression songs. I mean, it was good stuff like Candlebox, Far Behind is on there. I mean, there's some good songs on there. Like some good depressing, grind at your gears, make you want to cry. But it's a 3-volume set. I should find the playlist for you guys.
It's another group with incredible longevity.
What?
Chicago.
Yeah, but they weren't the same after Peter Cetera left.
You know,
I love
look over-
Foreigner. I love Styx.
I look over here and say, "You're the Quinspiration."
Ew.
You know what it is? Chicago. All these bands from the 70s wrote those really cheesy songs. Like REO Speedwagon has very cheesy songs. Chicago, You're the Meaning of My Life. You're the
Yeah.
inspiration. Cheesy is all.
Yeah, well,
hell.
because that was their commercial crap. But you listen to like Saturday in the Park or 25.
Yeah, but
or 6 to 4 and you know.
Saturday in the Park is still like.
Saturday.
Yeah.
That's kind of a good song.
That is not a cheesy song, though.
No, but.
You're the Inspiration is a cheesy song.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's REO? What else is REO Speedwagon? Can't Stop.
Heard it from a
Yeah,
friend. Heard it from a friend. Heard it from another. You've been messing.
Oh, she's been messing around, man. Got to write a song about her.
They say you got a boyfriend. You're up late every week.
I had a friend of mine.
I'm starting to get mad.
You mentioned Foreigner, and when Lou Gramm was still doing his thing, I had a friend of mine that literally was doing shows. He promoted shows, and they had those guys there one year. And he's like, "Hey, you want a picture?" And I looked at the guy. I'm like, to my friend Chad, I'm like, "Chad, why do I want a picture with the roadie?" He's like, "No, that's Lou Gramm." I'm like, "Oh."
You're as cold as ice.
Jeez.
Jukebox Hero. Oh, I know. We're talking about. Wait,
played-
what band are? What
played
band
Jukebox
we're
Foreigner.
about? Foreigner.
Oh, no, we're talking about REO Speed.
REO Speedwagon. Yeah.
I played
I forgot.
Jukebox Hero at the wedding I did Saturday night.
Be a jukebox hero, got stars
Yeah.
in his eye. That's a great song.
That is a great song.
Anyway,
Foreigner's
rest in
so
peace,
good.
REO Speedwagon.
I remember the first time I heard REO Speedwagon, it was that song, Tough. She doesn't like the tough guys, but the beginning of it was Spanky and Alfalfa from Little Rascals talking in the beginning of the song. That's why I remember that.
You know, the first time I heard an REO Speedwagon song, no lie, they were on some kind of like DVD or CD workout thing that my mom did at home. It was one of the songs on like whatever jazzercise my mom was doing at the time. That was my introduction.
Roll
to
with the
REO.
Change is a good tune.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, it's more like this one. It's,
Lisa said REO was my first date my husband and I went on back in 1985. We're forever concert buddies.
Oh, my first date was a concert with my husband. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't REO Speedwagon. That was Lenny Kravitz.
Yes. All right, well, Jeff UB Grove from Washington Courthouse. Text in REO Speedwagon. So Jeff's got that $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
Well, alrighty then. Who would like to share the something they got first?
I feel like I always jump in
I
first
feel
because
like
I'm
you do.
selfish. So I'm going to let somebody else go first.
Okay.
I got something.
Okay.
What do you got? You guys ever heard of an NFC manicure?
Never. NFC manicure.
Yes, stands for Near Field Communication.
Okay.
Basically, this is a microchip that is installed onto your nail during a manicure that acts like a QR code and can be scanned.
So I could, like, scan my thumbnail?
Basically, like, yeah, instead of a thumbprint, you would
Yeah.
have a chip under
A
your
chip
nail.
Yeah, like your pointer finger or
You
whatever.
know, yeah. Here's a customer talking about the new tech.
Now, if I'm in a loud place and I want to share my Instagram or my social media, I'd say, scan my finger. It's a gimmick, as we say right now. So it's the fun and the joys of trying something new. Will it be the future? Maybe.
Yeah, so you can link your social media account, website, Spotify account, all of that, this little chip under your fingernail.
It's under the nail or it's part of the manicure?
Well, you get it done during the manicure.
So they
And
jam
it
a
says
chip
it's-
under
well, it
your
says
nail?
it's installed onto your nail.
So it's
I don't know
on
if it's
top of
under
your-
or on top
on
of
top.
it. I guess it would be on top then.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could just hold up your finger, you know.
Can you choose the finger?
I know, right? The middle finger. I knew right where Kelly's mind went.
That's
no, I'm not
interesting.
I'm not saying F you. I'm trying to give you my website.
Or you can just do two things at once.
Right. Oh, there you go. This is for you, and you can read all about it here. So, yeah, NFC manicures. I'm like, I just, yeah, I'm good.
Hard pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, really, seriously?
It just seems like we're up in the cost of a manicure. They're already expensive. I mean, they're already expensive.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
You go and get, say, gel nails, right? And my mom gets gel nails. So I have to take her in every 4 weeks to get those bad boys balanced.
Oh, my God.
And it's expensive.
Well, how much? What's it cost?
If you want to get them redone fully, it's $90
Oh,
with
my
tips.
gosh.
With tip. But if you want to get them balanced, it's still like $65 per time.
All I do is buy a $10 pair of clippers, and I'm good for a long time.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Jeez.
You got something, Lewis?
I do. So, here's one you don't hear about every day. A DoorDasher was shot at by dudes on horseback. Saturday night.
Where are we at, 1929?
You would think. Saturday night, a guy named Matthew found himself stuck driving behind a group of men on horseback in Julif Marvel Road in Rocheron, Texas. About a quarter of a mile from the exit, he figured out 3 particular riders were responsible for an entire 50-car plus backup on a road.
Oh,
they were intentionally spreading their horses out, covering both lanes, and messing with every car that attempted to go around them. After watching some of these trucks go off-road to get around the horseback riders, Matthew was worried about doing the same in his Hyundai Sonata, so he asked the trail riders if they could move to one side so he could pass. One of the riders allegedly said, "Shut your ass up." Matthew said after one final attempt at swerving around the horses, the rider quickly got in front, forced him to slam on his brakes, and fired off a shot.
Was this at the OK Corral?
Yeah.
What are we doing
this
here?
Is in Texas. One of the riders then dismounted his horse, pulled out a gun, and said, "I ought to pop your ass right now."
What?
The other 2 riders maneuvered their horses to the right, blocking Matthew, trapping his car in the spot. He freaked out, immediately finished rolling his window up, made sure his doors were locked, and then called 911. One of the riders he was driving away, hauled ass to catch up with him, and he got off the exit and delivered his DoorDash.
My
But he
God.
shot at him, right?
The rider fired a shot, not at him, in the air.
Oh, in the air.
Yeah, and then threatened to pop him. So
What is that about? What is this?
this was in Texas, where I guess this kind of thing is commonplace.
That is
Does he
wild.
think he's Billy the Kid over here?
You know what? When you're on horseback, it makes sense. You block traffic and you shoot off some weaponry. Jeez.
All right, I got something. Since 2010, women have been allowed in the Navy. All right, and they've been allowed in the Navy since the early 1900s, but they've been allowed to serve on submarines in the Navy since 2010. However, until today, submarines have all been designed for a male-only crew, with female sailors forced to make do with the existing facilities and living arrangements. Just a few days ago, the Navy officially launched its first fully gender-integrated submarine. It's called the USS New Jersey. It's been built to accommodate both men and women. For example, washrooms and sleeping dorms have been designed with more doors for privacy in those areas. Apparently, the dudes are just whipping it out wherever, taking a leak, and everybody can see. So now we've got doors to shut so that people can go to the bathroom in private. They have lowered bunks and stacked washing machines so that everybody can reach them. They have had some overhead valves in the sub positioned lower and made a little bit easier to turn to accommodate the women on the subs. But they haven't adapted everything, okay? Like, number one, they have not yet made sure that the boat's medics understand women's health. All right, so that's a necessity. They also have not yet provided a hygienic way to dispose of feminine products. You would think that'd be first on the list, but they still need to accommodate for that, and I'm sure many other things that will come up in the future. But going forward, all U.S. submarines will be fully designed for an integrated crew. Today, more than 700 women are currently assigned to submarines.
Let's go down to Navy Captain Bradshaw for a comment here.
I can remember the good old days when there were all men in my department.
Yeah, remember those days? We could just pee at will. We don't have to worry about shutting a door.
What's wrong with her? She's a woman, isn't she?
You realize women are smarter than males?
Women are smarter than males?
F-A-C-K fact.
Well, you know, it's only a matter of time.
Part of a woman's life, maybe.
There's no woman in command in the military, though, is there?
What do
he
you
looks
mean?
like he's praying over here.
No, I'm asking the question. I don't think there's is there? I don't know. I'm just asking in general. I don't think we've gotten to the stage where there's
there are military generals that are female.
Are there really?
There are female generals?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Okay. Wow, okay. Calm down there, Chief.
No.
Myrtle Malloy.
Yeah, she's one.
Myrtle Malloy, for one.
I ask because you don't hear about it. Like, that's why I'm wondering. I just never know if there's like a woman admiral that's got an aircraft carrier in her charge someplace or whatever. I didn't know if they had reached that level yet.
I didn't know that either.
So I was not saying that a woman can't do the job. I was just asking if we have gotten to that point.
We have. We have female admirals, generals, etc. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, time to integrate those submarines now.
It's fine.
I guess.
If the woman is the right person for the job, then more power to the woman.
Well, thank you for your blessing.
You're welcome.
We've all been waiting for it.
You know who needs a blessing right now? Jane's addiction, because that train is left and sailed and gone and done, and yeah, it's not coming back. It's the Morning Blitz at 6:52. Good morning. It is Dick, Kelly, and Lewis. So this Jane's addiction thing keeps taking turns. Starting with the Punch that canceled the tour. Dave Navarro apologized to the opening acts because the tour is now officially done. They canceled the show after, obviously.
Feels like Dave Navarro is not the one who should be apologizing.
No, but I give him credit for doing it, though.
No, it's really nice, but I think, where's Perry Farrell now? Is he in rehab, or what's he doing?
We haven't decided yet. They canceled the remainder of the 2024 tour, going on hiatus. Obviously, this came to physical altercation on Friday night between Farrell and Dave Navarro. They canceled the next night's show, which was in Connecticut. They posted on their Instagram, they made the difficult decision to take some time away as a group. Now you got to wonder how long the Oasis reunion is going to last. But basically, Perry Farrell did apologize online. He said this weekend has been incredibly difficult and having time and space to reflect, it is only right that I apologize to my bandmates, especially Dave Navarro, fans, family, friends, for my actions during Friday's show. Unfortunately, my breaking point resulted in inexcusable behavior. I take full accountability for how I chose to handle the situation.
Okay, I like that. Well done.
Yeah. So the other three posted their own joint statement and said, due to a continuing pattern of behavior and the mental health difficulties of our singer Perry Farrell, we've come to the conclusion that we have no choice but to discontinue the current U.S. tour. Our concern is for his personal health and safety as well as our own. Has left us no other alternative. We hope that he will find the help he needs.
All right, so basically it's like he's apologizing, and then they've gotten together and said, you need help, and we're not going on the road with you anymore until you get it.
There you go.
That's pretty much it. Rehab, buddy.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it takes that kind of tough love, doesn't it? We're going to cut off your source of income. We're not going to tour with you until you get help. It is sad for the opening band or whoever's the opening act. I don't know. Because I'm sure it's given them like a real opportunity that's been taken away.
That's the thing that because if you're a baby band and you get on a big tour like that, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Now you got to look that you're not getting any other way. And, it sucks to go back and, okay, cool. Because, again, most likely, nobody wants to see the two opening acts on their own, or at least not in the size of arenas that Jane's Addiction would play. Me, personally, I could care less if Jane's Addiction ever reunites again.
You don't like anything by them?
I've never been a Jane's Addiction fan.
Man, I love this song. Mountain Song. You know this one?
I know all of them.
Such a good tune.
I did not gravitate towards the Jane's Addiction side of that era of music. I just did not. But again, I'm also someone who did not appreciate Nirvana until probably 10 or 15 years after Nirvana was a thing. I was a Candlebox, Soundgarden. Right. I was that side of that.
I know Kelly doesn't like their dogs.
Yeah, I didn't like Been Caught Stealing is almost right there with Wilson Phillips' Hold On. It's so grating.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
With word that Intel is in a financial position that may have the company looking to sell off the manufacturing part of its business, Intel has come forward to reaffirm its commitment to the $28 billion project in New Albany. Intel yesterday announced a multi-billion-dollar partnership with Amazon. Intel's chips will be used to power Amazon artificial intelligence projects and advanced technology. Intel officials want to stop any rumors that the company is backing away from this Central Ohio project. TikTok was in federal court yesterday fighting for its survival as a January 19th deadline looms that could put the app out of business in the U.S. After several hours of questioning, it was kind of difficult to gauge which way the court is leaning. A panel of 3 judges from the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit is hearing the case. TikTok arguing that taking the app away is infringing on the free speech of the millions of Americans who use it. The Department of Justice is arguing that TikTok compiles a huge amount of data from the millions of Americans who use it, and having a foreign adversary like China in possession of all that data is dangerous to the United States. So back in April, President Biden signed a law giving TikTok's parent company until January 19th to find a non-Chinese buyer for the app or be banned in the United States. So we'll see what happens. David Letterman showed up to court yesterday, called there for jury duty in a criminal case involving cryptocurrency fraud. He was identified as in court as juror 16. He answered a bunch of questions posed by the judge, as did 36 other potential jurors who had made it to this final round. Some of the questions, when David Letterman was asked what he does for a living, he says, I work for a company called Netflix. When asked if he had a spouse or significant other, David Letterman says, I've had both. Currently, I just have the spouts. When asked what he likes to watch besides any Netflix programming he's involved with, he says he likes sports, football, baseball, motorsports, pretty much what most Americans watch on TV. The judge asked him if he's an Indianapolis Colts football fan. He said, I'm a big Colts fan. For hobbies, Letterman says he likes to fish, ski, and be outdoors. The judge is like, 2 thumbs up. Yeah. You can be on the jury.
Normal guy.
Right before the jury was sworn in, the prosecutor exercised a strike against Letterman, saying, I'm good. You can choose. I think you've got a certain number of potential jurors. As an attorney, you can strike with no reason given. You can just say, I don't want him on the jury.
Right.
And that's what they did to Letterman. No reason given, so he was dismissed from jury duty. Maybe just because he's David Letterman and would hold quite an amount of sway over the jury, I would think, as a prosecutor.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's just my thought. But those are your three things.
$7:10 on the Morning Blitz. It's Nick, Kelly, and Lewis. I saw 3 new things, actually, in stores. One of them I cannot bring myself to try, and I just said it to Kelly, and she kind of looks like she's on the same opinion that I am of this. Pumpkin Spice, Dr. Pepper Frosty Pumpkin Spice Dream Bars.
So you're not only ruining ice cream, you're ruining Dr. Pepper, and ruining the pumpkin spice. You're ruining 3 things by combining them.
Yeah, I think that's where you can go like a little bit overboard on the pumpkin spice. That's unnecessary.
I don't want them combined or individually.
Yeah, me either. The other thing I saw, and I actually tried, there's 2 versions. There's the new Coke that's supposed to taste like Oreo cookies.
Okay.
I have not tried those, but I have tried the Oreos that taste like Coca-Cola, and they do taste like Coca-Cola.
Why you want to ruin an Oreo?
But that's what I'm saying. You're ruining 2 products. Coke is delicious and Oreos are delicious.
Yep.
Combining them is gross.
But I feel like Oreo has done so well over the last few years of introducing new flavors that it's kind of gotten to the point where I'm like, I kind of want any flavor of Oreo other than just the basic Oreo.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's great the way it is.
Okay.
As long as it's double stuffed.
The other thing I saw yesterday, and I purchased these, but I have not tried them yet. It's called Ghost Toast. It's basically French toast Kit Kat.
Okay. All right. You'll have to let me know how that is. Why don't you bring them in? Let's do a taste test.
I was going to, and then I forgot to grab them. Because I saw them last night when I went to get myself a beverage with no alcohol in it, but just a beverage. And they had it, and I was like, let's get a hit off that. So I grabbed it, and I'm like, I wonder if the guys would try it. And I was going to bring it in, and I forgot.
All right. Well, tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's a new day. Yeah.
But now, would you try that, Rick?
Just a bite.
Yeah, I'll take a bite.
Do you like French toast?
I do.
Okay. Well,
I like Kit Kat.
That kind of seemed good. It's not the chocolate covered. It's like do you remember when they had the cinnamon churro Kit Kat? That wasn't actually bad. Did you guys try that?
Never tried that.
No.
Okay. Well, it's one of those flavors of that. I thought it was...
But I like a Kit Kat.
So do I. I mean, that is a delicious treat.
Yeah, but
I
like
don't disagree
just
with
a
you.
Kit Kat.
Just a regular Kit Kat.
It's like just a straight up... I don't disagree with you. I think the Kit Kat is fine.
Let's expand our horizons. Let's try it.
Have you
Just
tried
a
any of
bite.
the flavored Oreos? Do you like any of the flavor?
No, I've never tried
the kettle
flavored
corn
Oreo.
Oreos. I'd stab someone over a bag of kettle corn
Wow.
Oreos. Like they're legit
That's some passion.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't try like every year they do the pumpkin spice?
No.
Or no? You're not into that?
Mm-mm. I'm not a big pumpkin spice fan.
Okay.
So all this pumpkin spice stuff is like, yeah.
You never
good.
tried the s'mores Oreos?
Mm-mm.
No, but that does sound good.
Yeah, because he loves a s'mores Pop-Tart.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those aren't bad. All right. I'm just curious.
That I would try.
Okay. Well, you gotta...
I'll try the Kit Kat French toast, but
You love the OG. It's hard to improve on that,
Yeah.
but...
I'm a
love
hard
French
pass
toast.
on the Dr. Pepper pumpkin spice ice cream bars. Like,
No,
no.
thank you.
I would get
that's,
stabbed
that's
over those.
just like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They always put out those crazy flavors. Anything to change it up. 7:25 on the Morning Blitz. It's Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. We'll see mostly cloudy skies, slight chance of rain today, and a high of 84.
We are working so hard over here for you, Lewis, to try to find you an apartment in Columbus, in the Columbus area, a living situation that's amazing for our beloved third of our morning show.
Thanks.
Who needs a place to move to. You guys, let's come together and find this guy a great place to live, shall we?
I saw a fantastic spot under a bridge. It's really nice. And, it is. I feel like you have the whole space to yourself.
Can we do a GoFundMe for your tent?
I get a festival tent. Might be cold in the winter.
Is there a good roommate out there?
No.
Situation.
Probably
where
gonna need a
you're not
space
a
heater.
lunatic, and probably what?
Probably going to need a space heater.
Space heater. Okay. Where are you going to plug that into, buddy? Is there an outlet?
And a generator.
A generator. Gotcha.
So, there's this thing. You guys have seen the scooters that you rent to drive
Yeah,
around.
like the Lime scooters.
Yeah. Have you ever done any of that?
I never have, but
I've wanted
listen,
to.
I will. I would. I'm not opposed to it. I think it's really cool. If I was getting around down in the short north all the time, I would be on those scooters.
There were a few at Sonic, and I was looking for them every time I was walking from that damn parking lot.
It gets old, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was like, why isn't there
It's
not
so
a scooter
far.
around right now?
Yes, yeah.
Now, people leave them everywhere, and I guess somebody just drives by in a truck and picks them all back up.
Yeah, you're allowed to wherever your destination is. I mean, you've paid for it.
It's got GPS.
It's
so
got
they know where it
GPS.
is.
They know where it is. They come get it.
But you did a story a couple months ago where they were throwing them over the bridge into the river.
Right.
Yeah, they pulled
found
a
them?
ton of them
Yeah.
out of there. Yeah.
Okay, well, now they're being sawed in half.
Why?
There's pictures on Reddit of the scooter being sawn in half. This guy says this is the third or fourth one he's seen, and he took a picture of it literally like in half. And someone said, I don't know if they're taking the energy to saw them in half just because they find them annoying. The battery is missing, and he assumes that they're harvesting them because there's some other reusable form for the battery that might serve some other function.
So they got saw it and have to get their battery out? Is that the deal?
Yeah, apparently batteries that size can cost a couple of $100, so there's probably taking the battery to reuse. Someone else said that he used to live in Memphis and people just threw him in the river for fun.
Remember how we were talking about how the electric charging stations, like you'll go and a lot of them are disabled because they've been stripped of their precious metals or whatever's in those electric. So it's like everybody's found a way to steal copper wiring, batteries,
catalytic
converters, anything. What we need to do is figure it out on the recycling end.
Well, there are people that are upset with them laying around everywhere. There's a complaint that I was on Broad Street, just down from Franklin Park, and saw a guy on a motorized wheelchair have to go into the street because two scooters were just laying right in the middle of the sidewalk. Which, I mean, I feel like if you are going to abandon your scooter someplace, the middle of the sidewalk's kind of a Richard move. You should maybe...
It really is. Like, you just feel like wherever I stop, that's just where I'm going to leave it. Because the only important person in this scenario is me.
Right.
Yeah, people aren't very, I guess...
Yeah.
Thoughtful.
But it's interesting. The harvesting battery thing might have some legs to it. Like, I can imagine that might be, something there. It's just weird.
But why take the trouble to... Okay, so we're sawing it for the battery. I guess that's
the theory, yeah.
Okay, so we're sawing it apart, just like stealing catalytic converters. Like, you have to get under a vehicle and do some sawing, right? To get that thing off, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to utilize tools or saw blades or something. Like, we're really putting in the work to steal when we actually could be applying for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Yeah. I mean,
if you've got the muscle to saw apart a scooter, use that muscle to make some freaking great money in construction, working on the roads. Like, use that muscle. You can make you can make some good money, can't you? Being on a road crew?
Yeah.
Aren't they making coin?
Yeah.
Would think.
Have some pride in yourself, people.
I don't think they think it that far through.
Yeah, clearly.
People who do that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's interesting, though, but I mean, I guess I never realized, because you don't see them all over, how the littering of scooters could be an eyesore and a problem for someone.
No, I get that.
I guess I'm sort of thinking about it in the short north where there's just a bunch of businesses and, maybe.
Campus full of scooters.
Yeah.
I mean, you just drop them just drop it here.
Drop it wherever.
Yeah. So, anyway, something to pay attention to and see if there maybe is a secondary market for scooter batteries that we don't know about. Epic by Faith No More. That was the song you were listening for if you wanted tickets to check out Primus. And that means you had to be caller 16, which is...
that is Jeff Riedling from Fostoria.
Congratulations. You got a pair of tickets to Primus. We'll have more of those to give away tomorrow. It's 7:41 now with Vic Kelly and Lewis on the Morning Blitz.
Yeah, we just announced that show yesterday. It's the Santa Tour. It's Primus, Pussifer, and A Perfect Circle up at Blossom Music Center, and it's Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, May 25th. Tickets are going on sale Friday at 10 a.m., and it's the tour is a 60th birthday celebration for Maynard James Keenan.
Oh, very cool.
Who was in Pussifer and A Perfect Circle, and, of course, Tool. So, yeah, we'll have those tickets every day this week.
Nice.
Cool. Man, We got some texts from people who said, you're saying, like, go get a job instead of cutting these scooters in half, and people are texting like, yeah, but they can't pass a drug test, so that's part of the problem. And,
I just would love people to lay their heads down at night after having worked a respectable day's work. You lay down there, you're tired from doing that good work, and you've earned a great night's sleep. That feels good when you're laying down at night, not when you're laying there thinking, how many scooters can I saw and have tomorrow?
Well, David says they're using those batteries to get methed up, so I don't know how well they're going to work.
There's always hope for every human.
I know.
There's always hope. All right.
We live in a world where everybody's trying to make a quick buck, and there's probably somebody that went, man, that battery on the scooter probably goes for a couple $100. If I get like 6 of those a day, I can sell them. They're laying around all over the place.
$1,200 a day is pretty good income,
right? That's what I mean. You got to be able to sell them, obviously, but
$1,200 a day, man. Jeez. Somebody said, well, you got to work 8 hours. Probably takes less to saw a scooter.
You know what Thick Rick does in his 8 hours? He not only works, and works hard, mind you, he grows his own weed. So look at all you can get done in an 8-hour workday.
He does. He also rides the treadmill.
Yes. You can walk on your treadmill and work at the same time.
Oh, you could walk. You could treadmill and saw a scooter in half while you're treadmilling.
I don't know about all that, but
that could be like your side gig,
Heather,
your side hustle.
Give me another scooter.
Ready for the next one. Oh, man.
To that point, too, I don't understand a standing desk. You people have a lot more energy than us. I love sitting. I love to sit. A standing desk absolutely sounds like a nightmare to me. I do not want to stand while I'm working.
I had a standing desk. I used it twice.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it.
My wife Heather uses hers a lot. Like
no,
half
Heather.
the day.
Heather, you know what?
It's good to stand up.
Yeah, stand up and go get a coffee and then sit back down.
I stand a lot.
Yeah, you stand all morning, and Lewis and I sit on our tushies and enjoy relaxation. It helps our brains work better.
Jason said they take those batteries to Interstate Batteries and they give them cash in hand on spot.
Listen, Interstate Batteries, you have got to change.
Yep.
You have to change your business model. Cool.
You have to know where they're coming from. You got to know they're being stolen.
They do know. They're turning around and selling the parts out of that battery for more than what they're paying you for a stolen one.
For sure.
Well, Kelly, you said there's hope for every person.
Yeah, I think.
Is there hope for every break room?
Yes.
All right, so
if it's a room, it's got potential.
I mean, you look at our break room. It's very nice now. It got remodeled a couple years ago. It's got nice floor, wall. Everything's very nice.
It's a beautiful new,
the whole
what do you call it? Snack machine. It's gorgeous.
So we have a snack machine. We have a coffee maker and a sink and a nice new refrigerator. A lot of cabinet space. We have the greatest medicine cabinet on earth. I will say that.
That's true. My first day here, he showed me the medicine cabinet.
It has got everything.
Like he couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I'm telling you, inside there is enough stuff in there you could perform an open heart surgery.
That's almost what he... If you sever your left arm, don't worry. We have the cauterizing tools and everything else in there.
I mean, it is amazing what's inside that. It's enormous, too.
If you pass out in the hallway, we have a defibrillator that we can attach to you. All in our medicine cabinet.
It's all there, man.
Our first aid kit rivals. If the military pulled up outside, they would knock on the door and go, is it okay if we borrow your first aid kit? And Rick would say yes.
The only thing I think we need an upgrade in our kitchen, the only one thing
Here we go.
is the disposal.
Oh,
that
really?
bad boy does not work that well, and I want to tell you how bad that kitchen stunk when I came in yesterday morning. And
Is that right?
Yeah, it smelled really bad. I think somebody shoved some food down there. And it feels like it's not running at top capacity. So you may flip on the switch and maybe think you're doing the job, but you haven't done the job. Like, you need to let that bad boy run.
Don't worry.
Okay?
If you need to snake the drain, we've got that in the medicine cabinet.
That's in the medicine cabinet.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But for the most part, I think that's a lovely space back there. I use it every single day to drink coffee. I sit back there with our coworker.
Okay, but there's a nurse, works at a hospital. The doctors and nurses lounge is stocked with things that are on the menu for the day, including breakfast sandwiches and a cook who makes omelets to order.
Why don't we have that?
Do they have openings?
Then at lunch, they've got their regular meal. Sometimes it could be like a turkey stuffing and mashed potato and salad meal. But if you want something different, there's another cook who comes in for lunch, makes flatbreads to order, makes stir fry to order. You just tell them the ingredients and they whip it up for you.
No.
And I'm like, man.
Can you imagine how awesome it would be to roll in here at 5 a.m. with an omelet maker in there?
Yeah. A chef that'll make it to order.
Lewis, what are you going with today? Let's do maybe a little egg white, spinach, maybe some feta. Feeling bougie today.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you Abercrombie & Fitch corporate workers, but I have a few friends who've worked there in the past, and apparently when they moved to the New Albany area or whenever they moved to that gorgeous campus where they have like fires burning outside and all that, I think they've got a situation like that where they've got chefs and specially made foods for you for your lunch or whatever. You can go in and order something and they've got it there. I think that's the situation at Abercrombie & Fitch.
We're running the gamut on the text. Jeff said, so what you're saying is if the ish hits the fan, come to the radio station and raid the medicine cabinet. Right. Gotcha. Yeah. Dominic said, does the medicine cabinet have tussin in it? No, it doesn't. And Dominic, thank you for reminding me. I am way behind.
Yeah, it has cough drops. It's got cough drops.
It's got
cough drops.
Doug said I should stick my hand down the garbage disposal and see what's going on there.
If you wouldn't mind.
And Alfred says it's me peeing in the sink that led to the smell.
Ew.
Mike said his wife works at Assurant in Springfield, and they have a whole kitchen with staff cooking food and everything.
Oh, I love it. What's Assurant?
I don't know, but
Assurant?
Is that
I think it's an insurance. Is that insurance?
Assurant? Are those the a-holes that did that banner plane? Are you guys the a-holes that did the banner plane?
Kelly can't work for you. You probably have a countdown clock until your omelet's
That's
ready.
worse than a countdown clock, running those banners, and then it ended up being an insurance company. Is that you guys?
I don't know.
We want to know what your break room situation is. Offspring on the Morning Blitz, 7:53. Thick, Kelly, Lewis, good morning.
Oh, your break room situations are amazing. TJ said, our break room vending is great. It hacked about a dozen employees' debit cards a couple years ago. Oh, no.
Carrie from Delaware. That break room setup is crazy. Must be a lot of employees who own chandeliers.
Oh, gee. Yes. Well, yeah, they're nurses and doctors, so.
Athena says she works in a bougie office with coffee beans, but she's the one who has to make the coffee. So she used to grind beans every time they need a pot. She said bougie's great until you're the one who has to make everything happen.
I worked before radio. I had a job for a short time at the Hyatt Regency downtown, and they have a full-on restaurant and buffet down there for the employees that was free.
Ooh.
Like the food, everything on there was the salad bar, all of it was free. You got a meal every day. That was nice.
Lee said the break room in my workplace is amazing. There's all the food you could want, video games, comfy chairs, even the lounge for music. There's a chef, but she can only manage hamburger helper.
Well, that's some show, though.
He says, by the way, I work from home. Yeah.
Oh.
You know what?
We got a text that says, I was in the Navy as an enlisted man 1998 through 2022. Wow. Thank you for your service. On board the USS Tarawa, every morning the cooks would make me made to order omelets. Damn. You deserve it, that and more, man.
That's awesome. You know, it reminds me of, did you guys ever see The Internship with Vince Vaughn, where him and Owen Will, and he's like, so I can have a bagel? You can have a bagel. And he's like, a pudding? Oh, you can have a pudding. Can I take an extra pudding? You can take an extra pudding.
That's the kind of situation
I want a break room like that.
If there's extra pudding involved, count me in.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Governor Mike DeWine is sending the State Patrol to keep an eye on schools in Springfield after more than 30 bomb threats have been emailed in the last week. The threats are linked to claims made by Donald Trump and J.D. Vance that Haitian immigrants are eating people's cats and dogs. The threats so far have not turned out to exactly be right. Apparently, there's some issue with who knows? But troopers will be dispatched to all 17 buildings in the Springfield School District.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Guys, they're like TikTok dances being made to this now. It's wild. Anyway, Governor DeWine says that some of the threats are coming from outside the country. And in fact, these threats coming from one particular country. All right, you hear me? These threats are being emailed from a particular country, not the United States. He won't name the country. He declined to name it. Also, the city of Springfield has canceled a planned arts and culture festival scheduled for later this month, thanks to these out-of-the-country emailed threats. Sean Diddy Combs says he's looking forward to clearing his name in court. Combs was taken into federal custody last night in New York City. Charges against him remain sealed for now, but that's expected to change today. Nearly a dozen lawsuits have been filed against Sean Diddy Combs, alleging physical abuse and sex trafficking.
Who was the other one that was in court for, and we had...
R. Kelly?
R. Kelly, yeah. He said he looked forward to clearing his name, remember?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
And he's in prison. Yeah. So we'll see if this same fate awaits Sean Diddy Combs.
I feel like I should reach out to Diddy.
Oh?
Yeah. Look, dude, you got a lot of money that you're not going to be able to use. I'm just going to volunteer my services to put that to good use.
No, listen, we've been looking for some housing for you. Right. I mean, he's not going to be using his house.
You got
because
7 houses you're not going to use.
I mean, at least, yeah.
With
no lease, right?
What do you think? Huh?
I mean, there's an option.
You can break me off 10, 12 million and not even miss it.
All right. Now you're getting greedy. We're just looking for a room. All right. Things got disgusting along the shoreline at a few popular seaside vacation spots on the East Coast over the weekend when medical waste started washing up at a number of Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware beaches. The waste included used hypodermic needles and used feminine hygiene products. It all washed up on beaches including Ocean City, Maryland, Dewey Beach, Delaware, and Assateague Island, whose length spans the Maryland and Virginia coasts. In fact, in Assateague alone, 50 used needles were found. They have no idea the source of this garbage. No clue. But authorities have closed beaches along an almost 50-mile stretch. You cannot swim, you cannot wade, you cannot surf, and they are not saying when those beaches might reopen. That is gross. Those are your 3 things.
Dave Grohl. I still want to see his side piece that he's working on, that project.
Well, we know she's of childbearing age, of which I'm sure his current wife is past.
Well, the porn star came out and said they're only friends.
Oh, was there a porn star involved?
There was.
I didn't know that.
Supposedly there was a porn star that he was tight with. The roommate of the porn star said they used to hang out together all the time. And, she came out and said, no, her and Dave were just friends.
I want to know how old Dave Grohl's baby mama is. I'm just curious about the age. I truly am. Why am I? That makes me a bad person, doesn't it?
No, I'm curious to see who it is. But again...
he's in his 50s, right?
Sure.
He impregnated a younger person. Mm-hmm. I know. Who cares, you guys? You're right. I'm a bad person.
Guess what? Best of You still sounds just as good to me, even though Dave Grohl cheated on his family, that it did when I heard it the first time. That's just me. I separate the two.
Yeah.
Anyway, TikTok trend that Rick has been eager to share with us.
This is so stupid. What do they do? I mean, it's just like they will do anything. I mean, did we not learn from the Tide Pods?
No. What are they doing now?
Well, now they're saying the new health trend is to eat dirt.
Oh, geez, didn't your dad ever absolutely flip a hamburger from the grill to the ground and then pick it up and say, "Little dirt won't hurt you"?
Yeah, of course.
I do it all the
but
time.
We're talking about just eating dirt. And the people who do this, there's a term. They're called crunchers.
Ooh, all those good soil minerals.
Yes, yeah. They say that it helps with everything under the sun, from improving gut health to reducing wrinkles and curing acne. The idea is it's loaded with all kinds of minerals that are good for you. Experts say, no, this is very dangerous.
Yeah, but Dave...
What? Chemlon just came by last week, so I'm going to dig up some dirt there and swallow it down.
Now, they say don't just scoop dirt out of your yard. They said normal dirt is loaded with chemicals, rocks, and rusty nails, so you need to buy special dirt called biodynamic soil.
Wow.
I'm like, what?
Is anybody shocked that this happens?
No. But I will say crunchers say they prefer it in the form of edible chunks of clay.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you've heard of the diatomaceous earth, right?
No.
They sell this, and there is human grade, food grade, I think that's how you say it, guys, diatomaceous earth, that is supposed to be really healthy for you. But, of course, there's a whole other contingent of people saying you should not be eating this. But they sell this. You can get it anywhere.
Yeah, nutrition experts say no. There's no scientific evidence to back up the health claims, and those clays are not regulated, so there's no telling what's in there. Mercury and lead are in there.
You can order a bag of Harris Diatomaceous Earth food grade for $14 on Amazon.
Great.
Have at it.
Yep. Have a Tide Pod for dessert.
It's the Morning Blitz.
It's time for another edition of Normal or No.
8:22, Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Normal or no? It's a question. Common. We ask it.
All right, is this normal?
Sure.
Putting the dog's bowls into the dishwasher with your own dirty dishes, because I do it all the time.
So do I.
Oh, my God.
I need to wash the dog's bowls. I throw them in the dishwasher with my dishes.
Why did I never do this?
What's the difference between dog food and regular food? It's still dirt that you're cleaning.
Yeah. Dog saliva and human saliva. Who cares? It's all getting, beat out of there by, really hot water and soap.
Right. Yeah, I do it all the time.
I don't know. Some people, I guess, think that's weird. I don't.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's genius. And why didn't I ever do that when we had the dog? I never thought to do that.
Did you ever wash your dog's bowl?
Yeah, I just did it in the sink for some reason. I don't know why I didn't put it in the dishwasher.
That doesn't either way. I just think, to me, it's normal just to throw it in the dishwasher with everything else.
And smart.
Yeah. And not to put this disgusting thought into your mind, but think about going to a restaurant where you use knives and forks and spoons that have been in a million other people's mouths.
Yeah, right?
Like you're trusting that dishwasher.
Yeah.
So why not trust your own dog bowls?
Yeah,
with your stuff.
And by the way, you can't say, "Ooh, no, I'm not doing that," while you turn around and kiss your dog on the mouth.
Right?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So, but I just go.
That's another thing.
It's a genius idea.
Some people will not let their dogs lick their face. Other people will.
Oh, they love it. Some people love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell me this.
I do.
If this is normal or nope.
Okay.
Mixing all your food together.
No.
I knew Kelly would say no because Kelly's a one course at a time person, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat it all. One bite of this, one bite of that. But I don't. It's not that I don't want them touching. I don't care if they touch. I'm not purposefully mixing them though.
Okay.
I don't blend my food. If I have a plate of food, I will work my way around the plate, but I don't.
What if it's like
pile them all together?
What if it's he hates pot roast.
I do.
Okay, what if it's Thanksgiving dinner? What if it's turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy?
I'll take a fork full of stuffing and I will dip it into the mashed potatoes. You're right.
Okay.
I will mix that.
To me, it depends on what it is.
What I'm thinking is just swishing everything around on your plate. I would never do that. That's
I don't
gross.
do that.
No? Depends on what it is for me.
Okay, what would you mix around?
Like pot roast, because when we have Mississippi pot roast, right?
Okay.
You have the meat, the potatoes, the carrots, and my wife will eat each one at a time.
Okay.
And I'm mixing all that. I want to bite a carrot and potato and pot roast in
all
every
on the same
bite.
Fork. Okay, I kind of get that. The thought of stirring it all up together is what puts me off.
Yeah, no,
I don't really stir it.
But you'll eat one into the other, into the other.
A little bit of each on the
So you
fork.
get a
I don't
bite
hate
of
that.
everything.
I don't hate it. I think it's
Yeah,
good.
It's that flavor. It's just that combination of that flavor. It's just like the Thanksgiving. The turkey, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes with the gravy on all three on one fork. Yeah,
right.
man.
Oh, you're
Every
right.
bite. I want it that way.
Doug said normal or no. I woke up this morning, my cat's taking a dump on the toilet reading the newspaper. Completely normal.
I love it. That's a good cat. I want a cat like that.
What are you, Jinxie?
Ramsey wants to know if it's weird to clean gun parts in the dishwasher. Travis feeds the dog before he leaves for work. His wife feeds the cats at night. We put the dirty dishes from the day in the dishwasher before I leave. I think that's common. The dishwasher thing, I think you're okay. You know what I don't like? I had what did I get? I'm in fend for myself world right now. So the other day I got a Cantina bowl from Taco Bell. Has anybody tried the Cantina bowl?
No, but it sounds delish.
Okay, it's kind of like a Chipotle bowl. But you know what bothers me? They go through the process of, they put the bowl in, all the chicken is piled in one spot, all the beans piled in another spot, the cheese is piled in another spot. Put them on top of each other.
That sounds like a genius place for Heather to go, though, doesn't it? It's all separated out for your wife.
I got to mix it all together, and then all my rice is over here. I put it all together.
They're giving you a choice, I guess.
I guess.
Maybe, I don't know, but
I already told them what to leave off. I already told them what to leave off, so everything else can be.
Just throw it in there, baby. Throw it in there.
All right. Normal or no? You guys will find this hard to believe. Are you ready?
Oh no.
Moving another shopper's cart out of the way when they're hogging all the space and inconsiderate of other people in the grocery
All
store.
day I will do that.
Yeah.
Get out. You left
Me
it there.
too.
I'm moving it. I don't care. And then you can give me a dirty look.
I was
I'm
gonna
like,
say-
well, if you say a word to me, you left it in the middle, you disrespectful ass. I had to move it
Yeah.
to get around you.
I
Tough.
will make eye contact with you because you're inconsiderate,
Yes.
leaving your entire cart in the center of the aisle while you look at whatever you're looking at.
Yeah.
How about this?
Yeah.
I'll wait there. I will stand and I will wait on someone who's being inconsiderate for them to realize that they've been inconsiderate. Because I got time all day, babe. I got time all day.
I'm glad you do.
Did I just call you babe? That's
You
weird.
did.
I got time all day to stand there and have somebody realize themselves, oh, I'm an idiot. I just blocked everybody from going down this aisle.
Yeah.
And then they'll go, oh, I'm sorry. And then I'm like completely gracious. Oh, it's fine. It's no problem. And then I go around. But I need for them to know that they've made a grave error in the aisle of the supermarket.
I have just determined that we live in a world where people are oblivious to other people and
It's
they just could care less.
They don't care.
Yeah.
No, I'll look at you while I'm moving your cart. Yeah, I'm moving your cart. I'll slam it into the damn side if I have to.
That kind of feels like you're about an inch from assault.
Yeah. Do you ever like raise your shirt a little bit so they can see your fishing knife that you have strapped to your belt?
It's all right, man. You don't do that. Have some respect.
Come at me again, I'll cut you.
You're not the only person in the effing store.
I filleted a bass just the other day. Don't make me do the same to you.
Can you tell I do the grocery shopping and I
Yeah.
get mad about this
You do.
issue right here?
But I feel like the cart, when you're in the grocery store, is an extension of the person. So you can't really touch somebody else's cart. It's like touching their butt.
Well,
It is.
it's only an extension of the person when their hands are on it and they're moving it.
Okay, all right.
If they've walked away and left it in
all
the
right.
middle of the aisle,
I'll get
it's free game. I'm moving it.
I got you.
Courthouse Sean says he slowly bump their cart with his.
I've done that too. I'll move it with my cart.
Funk's a cart mover, which does not shock me at all.
What's that?
Funk is a cart mover. It doesn't shock me at all.
Yeah, Mike's, yeah, of course.
Honey said, we can't have Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles in the house because I eat them in rainbow order. Lucky Charms is also cereal first and then marshmallows in another order. They eat them in rainbow order.
Okay, so you
How
can't even mix your
flipping
cereal together.
soggy is your cereal by the time you're like eating your third or fourth bite?
Yeah.
Trucker
Yeah.
Tim, biscuits and gravy over eggs over easy and hash browns. I mixed that all together. At TJ's, that was called a Barnyard Buster.
Barnyard Buster,
And
that's
I
right.
love that.
Well, that's kind of like a breakfast bowl, though.
Yeah. You get, the Barnyard Buster was biscuits open on the plate, and then they put potatoes over the biscuits, and then eggs over the potatoes, and then the sausage gravy over all of it, and you mix it all together, man. It's so good.
So, hot take, don't like the gravy that goes with biscuits and gravy. That sausage gravy stuff, yeah, no.
You're from another planet.
It's Alec on the Morning Blitz, 841 with Vic, Kelly, and Lewis. Good morning.
We're just talking about this announcement Thursday, 7 a.m.
Big deal.
Big Sonic announcement.
I mean, are we
Can't
allowed
wait.
to speculate, or are we just going to keep that to ourselves?
I think we got to keep it to ourselves.
Because we don't know any more than
No.
anybody else does at
Then
this moment. If I just
why-
feel like speculation's
Why-
okay.
Then why don't you speculate if you want to?
I mean, I think we all think it might be Linkin Park.
Let's
maybe.
speculate. We've thought that ever since.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of a common speculation.
Okay, well, let's speculate for a second, and then we'll tell you about the 84-year-old woman that survived an alligator
I
attack
can't
here in a
wait.
second. But for you, so
System of a Down. I saw somebody hoping and praying the System of a Down was going to be announced, and I am fully behind that.
Well, what I will say is this: we have a lot of people that always get upset. Why don't they get this band? Why isn't this band going to be there? How come this band's playing at this
Yeah, the first time we get
festival?
it
and blah, blah, blah.
every year.
Yeah.
Every year. Lame.
Right, but the thing is, you have to understand the band has to be on tour in the United States during the month of May, and they not always are. I want
Linkin Park will be.
I'm dying to see Bring Me the Horizon. We've lost them twice due to storms.
Oh, I hope you get your wish. I hope you get your wish.
But if Bring Me the Horizon is not, because they're in Europe, if they're not in the United States during the spring touring, then Sonic Temple can't get them.
I mean, I think most people know that. Right?
Well,
That's
they
common
don't, but I
sense.
see it. I see it on the Facebook page and we get texts. Why isn't this band there? When are they going to bring
I
this
see.
band in?
I see.
It's like, well, they
They're not
can't if the
touring.
band isn't on. And then that band will be at Louder Than Life or Incarceration, which is months later because that's when they're touring. You know what I mean?
Okay. Is Marilyn Manson a possibility?
Yeah.
I feel like for this, because everybody's been talking about this, and we've never announced a headliner this early. So I feel like it has to be something that is going to make an impact or move the needle. As much as I think it would be cool to see the reunited Guns N' Roses, I don't know that moves the needle.
Well, I mean, they'd be great as one of the 4 headliners.
Correct. Foo Fighters would be fun. Doesn't move the needle. I feel like there's only a couple of ways you can go. I think there's 3 ways you can go. And I think one is way out there and there's no chance in hell that it happens, and that would be Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen.
2 would be AC/DC.
I can see them being one.
And the other would be Linkin Park.
Yeah. And then always Metallica is always going to be, people are going to go nuts.
Courthouse Sean just sent us this rumor that Metallica is set to unveil a 2025 North American tour, details soon.
And I could see Metallica, but they're going to do 2 nights if that's the case, because that's what they do.
That's in his
Great.
little...
So we have Metallica 2 nights, then we have AC/DC and Linkin Park. Perfect.
Metallica,
that's awesome.
Metallica going on tour doesn't move the needle because Metallica has been on tour, 3 out of the last 5 years?
Dude.
And again, I'm not.
Maybe not for you. It moves the needle for me.
I'm not taking anything away from Metallica.
Rocket texted in, what do you think about Jelly Roll? That'd be pretty big.
Jelly Roll would be fun.
It'd be another headliner, yeah.
Jelly Roll would be fun.
Yep. Brigitte says she'd love Alice in Chains. OMG, she said.
Sure, there's a ton of bands everybody would love.
Well, we're just speculating here, man. We're just having a good time. We don't need your rules.
Yeah.
Well, I know. We were just talking about headliners, I thought.
So,
anyone.
I'm going to hold true to my belief of AC/DC or Linkin Park. That's where I'm at. That's
where
my
I've
space
been.
that I'm in.
That's where I'm right with you.
You can't be in my space.
Well, I was in that space first.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. It was two of the 2 bands I've been talking about for months.
Your mouth when you're
you guys,
to me.
listen to me.
God, he's annoying.
Anybody who's listening to their radio right now, I have listened to these guys fight about everything from football to bands today. It is wild. And I mean, the level, the volume of voice rises.
He thinks he knows everything.
Linkin Park was my band before it was his.
The end of the football, let me tell you this, the end of the football argument ended with Thick going, yeah, we can agree to disagree, but I'm right. So that was the end of that one.
Yeah, so that's fine.
So this is I think it's the end of this one too, right, Thick?
Oh, yeah.
We can agree to disagree, but you're right.
As long as he acknowledges that Linkin Park was my band before his band.
Dude, what are you talking about? As soon as we heard that there was even a rumor that they were going to get back together, we went, oh, this must be why they moved it to Mother's Day weekend.
Cody says Danny Wimmer said on Sonic Temple's Instagram page that it's a headliner that has never played at Sonic Temple before.
All right.
A headliner that has never played at Sonic Temple before.
Then Linkin Park falls into that category.
Okay. Is that right?
Yes.
Is it? Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you? No, they've never played Sonic Temple.
Correct.
But does that include, are we including Rock on the Range?
I don't think so. He said that they've never played Sonic Temple.
Okay, well, they haven't. Neither has AC/DC.
Or Rammstein. Du hast. 8:50 on the Morning Blitz. It's Stick, Rick, Kelly, Quinn, and Lewis. Morning. Pissed because you work with a couple of dillweeds who argue about anything. We'll shut them up. Warforyou.com.
There you go, Kelly. Make the call.
Linkin Park played Rock on the Range, but they have not played Sonic Temple.
I knew that. When we were thinking about it, I'm like, I know they played Rock on the Range. But Wimmer specifically said Sonic Temple. That's what we've been told.
I guess I was just reading a text.
Yeah, I know, right.
Yeah, I'll look at that.
What if it's not Foo Fighters, but it's Dave Grohl's new side project? Could move the needle. I'm just saying. I'm just spitballing here.
And now it's Dave Grohl and the side pieces coming to the stage.
Right?
It's Sonic Temple Festival.
The DGs. So tell me about this 84-year-old woman who survived an alligator attack.
She was walking her dog in Florida, of course, when a 7-foot gator came after. It's probably more after her dog than her, probably, but came after them. I love her name. Del Bopple.
Oh,
her name's
Miss Bopple.
Miss Bopple. Yeah, did you have Miss Bopple in kindergarten?
Yeah,
yeah, right. That's what it's now. Del Bopple, 84 years old in Florida. Here she is.
It's a moment of survival. I can understand men and women in war now. I have never seen anything move that fast in all my life. I didn't have time to think. That alligator took off like 35 miles an hour, and I'm not joking.
When that alligator came up to her, trying to get to her dog. She bent down, and 84-year-old Del Bopple punched that alligator in the face.
I love it.
And he turned around and ran. And you two are afraid of a goose. You should be ashamed of yourself.
What? When did I say I was afraid of a goose?
No, you guys listening, we had this debate about fighting with animals, and I talked about not being afraid of a goose, and y'all were freaking out. Goose are mean, goose are Vikings.
I don't recall ever saying being afraid of them.
Oh, yes, you were.
Okay, here's the thing.
Text in and back me up, please. 99-700. They're going to start their crap.
I just want to say this, okay? If you say a single thing in front of Thick Rick, he will remember it. He will remember it. Now, I do remember saying, and I am afraid of geese, so that's on me. I'm afraid of a goose.
I'm not saying, I never said I was afraid of a goose. I said I didn't think that Thick Rick could successfully fend off a goose.
Oh,
but I will tell you that Thick, you will see more and more of him going, all right, in April 2021, you said, and you were wearing a white shirt at the time, you said you were afraid of a goose.
This is back,
and he's not wrong.
I remember this discussion. This is back when we were talking about what animals we think we could win in a fight.
Yeah,
and Thick thinks he could stand down a grizzly bear, a goose.
No bear. Nope.
That's another thing.
And then he jets off into the sky with his Skechers with a turbo boost.
This is the story where Sketcher Man was
Don't
born.
Exaggerate what I said.
And then there was the day where
I had an encounter with a goose.
He shouted harsh language at the goose.
Yes,
and saved his wife.
No, it was a lady and her dog.
Oh, that's
it was a lady walking the path over here at the Quarry Metro Park.
That's right.
When I was fishing over there, and that goose was coming after her and her dog, and I yelled at that goose, and he turned and went back away. And
are you the reason Trump said they're eating the dogs and cats and the ducks out of the ponds?
I didn't.
Are you the
eat
reason?
The goose?
Did you bite its head off to save the little dog from the goose?
I stomped at. Remember, I stomped at him and yelled at him, and
that's right. That's where the Sketcher Stomp was born.
He dropped his. That's right.
That's right.
I got a shirt out of it too. It says Sketcher Man. No, he dropped his head down below his wing and scurried off over to his girlfriend and the kids. So. What?
And then Rick looked at the kids. This is the day you'll remember where your dad got his ass kicked.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
And the geese.
Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating
Kelly
the
was
cats.
jamming.
I will say, if you've ever seen an alligator move, those things haul ass.
They're fast, man.
Yeah.
Jack says, Lewis, you can agree to disagree, but Lord Zor is always right.
Thank you very much.
And now, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Okay, local authorities searching for a man. Well, let me set up the stage here. Last night about 8:30 p.m., a person on the OSU campus flagged down a bus near the John Herrick Bridge, telling the bus driver he'd been shot. So police were called. The victim said he'd been shot by a man whom police have identified as Richard Patridge. The victim taken to the hospital in stable condition, and Patridge, he's already wanted for police by allegedly abducting his ex-girlfriend, 39-year-old Ashley Freestone, earlier this month. So he, earlier this month, abducted his girlfriend, and now he is, I guess, the suspect in a shooting last night on the OSU campus. Police have set up a perimeter and are actively searching. All right. The man suspected in the apparent assassination attempt targeting Donald Trump camped outside the Trump International Golf Club for nearly 12 hours. He was there from apparently 2 a.m. until the shooting, which was about 1:30 p.m. This unsealed arrest affidavit for Ryan Wesley Ruth of Hawaii revealed that he had food, a digital camera, a loaded SKS-style rifle, and apparently, as we know, the Secret Service saw a rifle poking out of a tree line in the area where Trump was golfing, and they fired their service weapons. And of course, the suspect fled the scene and then was arrested in a neighboring county.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
The weapon he left behind had an obliterated serial number. They found food where he was camped out, and he left behind his phone, which is how he figured out how long he had been in the area.
Jeez.
So you're near where a presidential candidate is golfing from 2 a.m. until 1:30 the next afternoon.
Man.
Right there at the perimeter, hiding in the bushes. I'm not saying our Secret Service and our FBI are perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but that's a long time to camp out somewhere where there's going to be a former president / person running for office. Anyway, I don't know. Kind of wild, guys. All right. There should be quite a show in the sky tonight. There's a supermoon and a lunar eclipse. The Earth's shadow will start to cover the harvest moon at about 8:41 this evening, with the full shadow at 10:13. So if you're up tonight, it'll be pretty cool. We'll have a few clouds tonight, but you should be able to view this lunar eclipse if you are so inclined. And like I said, it's a partial lunar eclipse, but it should be a pretty cool thing to look up at in the night sky tonight. And those are your three things.